Okay, so if you've ever looked at Google's AI offerings and felt a little lost, trust me, you're not the only one. They've rolled out this huge, powerful ecosystem of tools, but figuring out what's free, what's not, and which parts you actually need, that can be tough. So let's get into it and decode this whole thing. And that really brings us to the big question, right? They give you so many incredible tools for free, you have to wonder, what's the catch? Where do the paid plans even come in? And what are you actually paying for when you decide to pull out your credit card? To figure that out, we're going to walk through 5 key areas. We'll start with all the amazing stuff you get in the free toolkit. Then, we'll see what happens when you unlock the pro features. After that, we'll look at the business side of things, untangle those confusing usage limits, and then wrap it all up with a simple guide to help you pick the right plan. First up, let's talk about what you get for the grand price of 0. You should really think of Google's free AI layer like a starter workshop that's already kitted out with some seriously good equipment. This isn't just a couple of screwdrivers, you can build some really impressive stuff right from day one. And honestly, the amount of stuff in this free kit is kind of stunning. You're not just getting a basic chatbot. You get AI Studio, which is a whole creative playground. You get NotebookLM, which is like your own personal research assistant. You can even build your own simple apps with zero coding. The value here, right out of the gate, is just massive. So if the free stuff is that good, why would you ever pay? Well, this is where we start adding the professional-grade power tools to our workshop. The first paid upgrade, Gemini AI Pro, is really built for individuals, creators, researchers, coders, people who need to push the limits. Okay, so here's the #1 reason to upgrade. It's all about which AI model you get to use. On the free plan, you're mostly using Gemini 2.5 Flash, which is great, but you only get a tiny taste of the more powerful 2.5 Pro model. When you upgrade to Gemini AI Pro, you get full-blown, consistent access to Pro. And that is absolutely essential if you're doing anything with complex logic, heavy-duty math, or coding. And that brings us to another huge benefit. And it all comes down to a term you hear a lot, the context window. The easiest way to think about this is that it's the AI's short-term memory. It's how much information the model can juggle in its head at one time during a single conversation. A bigger window means a smarter, more capable AI. So, how big is that memory when you upgrade? With Gemini Pro, it explodes to 2 million tokens. Now, what on earth does that mean in the real world? It means you could upload a massive 1,500-page book, think War and Peace, and ask the AI questions about the entire thing in one go. For anyone doing serious research, this is a total game changer. All right, let's switch gears and see how this scales up for businesses. Here, the idea isn't just about individual power tools anymore. Now we're talking about a fully collaborative workshop, one that's built for teamwork, top-notch security, and the ability to tap into all of a company's data. And for businesses, Google basically offers 2 different paths. The first is Gemini for Google Workspace. This is pretty straightforward. It's an add-on that injects AI assistance right into the apps your team is already using every day. The second path is Agentspace. Now, this is a much bigger idea. It's designed to be a central brain for your whole company, one that can connect to and search across everything, even other apps like Salesforce or Jira. If having that AI boost right inside your app sounds good, getting it set up is pretty easy. For any admins out there, it's just a few clicks in the admin console. You just head over to Billing, look for Get More Services, find Gemini, and you can even fire up a 14-day free trial to see how your team likes it. Now, for Agentspace, you've got 2 main levels. The standard enterprise plan is huge. It gives you that unified search across everything, so there's finally one place to find any piece of company information. But the Enterprise Plus tier, that's where things get really interesting. It adds pre-built AI agents for things like deep research, and this is the big one. It gives you a tool to build your own custom AI agents without writing any code. And when you look at the pricing, you can really see the strategy. For $25 a user, the enterprise plan is all about solving that massive headache of having data trapped in different silos. For a bit under double that, the Plus tier isn't just solving a problem. It's about creating brand new ways to work through custom automation. The thing to remember, though, is both of these are built for bigger teams. You're looking at a 50-user minimum. Okay, let's tackle what is often the most confusing part of any AI service, the limits. It can feel like you're trying to read the fine print on a phone contract, but don't worry, we're going to make the rules of the road here super clear. So first, we got to get our heads around the basic unit of currency for AI, and that's the token. Just think of tokens as the Lego bricks of language that the AI uses. A token isn't exactly a word. It's closer to about 3/4 of a word. Everything from the questions you ask to the AI's answers to that giant context window we talked about, it's all measured in tokens.
And that brings us to the most important limit you need to know about. On the free plan, sure, you get unlimited use of the very good Flash model. But here's the catch. Your access to the best-in-class Pro model is capped at around 10 interactions a day. If you're a power user, you are gonna hit that wall, and you're gonna hit it fast. All right, so we've covered the features, the prices, the limits, the whole shebang. Now, how do you actually pick the one that's right for you? Let's move from just explaining the options to building a simple framework so you can make the perfect choice. So let's just ask the question straight up. Which of these plans actually fits how you work? Because the right answer is completely different depending on what you or your team are actually trying to accomplish. Let's make this really simple. If you're just exploring AI and have pretty light needs, just start free. If you're constantly analyzing huge documents or need that top-tier model every day, you need to upgrade to Pro. If your team basically lives inside Google Docs and Sheets, adding Gemini for Workspace is a no-brainer. If your company data is a total mess spread across 10 different apps, Agentspace Enterprise will be your single source of truth. And finally, if your goal is to literally build custom AI bots to automate your business, you're ready for Agentspace Enterprise Plus. You know, this quote right here really nails Google's whole game plan. Their big bet is that the winner of the AI race won't be a standalone app, but whoever can weave AI into the tools we already use every single day, making our existing workflows smarter. Which leaves us with one last question to think about. What's the real price of all this AI power? It's not just the monthly subscription. It's about how much you value your time. It's about new insights you could never get before. It's about the potential to totally transform the way you get things done. What's that worth to you?